Been wanting to sell your courses to businesses and nonprofits and can't figure out why you're not making headway, you want to make sure that you are tuning in to this particular broadcast. Whether you are catching this on Facebook or IG or TT or LinkedIn or wherever it is that you are catching this. And if you are new to me, I want to thank you for stopping by. I want to thank those of you all who have been following KTCB for years and years and years, and those of you all who are new to me and new to my channel. Here we talk about how to go from order taker and just putting out courses where nobody's buying them to courses that are highly sought after, training programs that businesses actually want to buy. And you might be thinking, if you're new to this, why might I want to be offering my courses to businesses instead of consumers? Well, here's the deal. You can still offer your courses to consumers. You can absolutely do that. There's no reason why you have to choose between the two. Now, if you have limited time, if you have limited resources, then you might want to choose one over the other. When you are selling to consumers, it's a different audience with different expectations. Businesses tend to pay upfront, they tend to pay in bulk, and they tend to pay higher prices. Why? Because you are helping them to solve really serious problems that they have, really expensive problems that they have. And so we're going to talk about that today, right? Those of you all who want to get into offering your courses to businesses because you would rather get paid in full, in bulk, and upfront instead of one sale at a time, one consumer at a time, one person at a time. Why? Because quite frankly, it can be kind of time consuming, all consuming. And if you don't have the time to sit on social media all day, or you just don't have the desire to do that, then you want to look at offering your courses to businesses. And that's what a lot of people are doing these days, because quite frankly, businesses have really big problems to solve and they are looking for outside solutions. It is possible that they do not have the solutions that they're looking for internally. Okay, many of these mid-sized companies or small businesses or mid to large size businesses don't necessarily have your expertise in-house, but they need your expertise in order to solve the big problems that they are having internally. So the first thing that you want to look at is, what are some of those problems, right? What are some of the problems that businesses are? Oh, thank you for the hearts. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Inspiration Daily. I appreciate that. Tamika, thank you so much for stopping in and coming in and talking about this. I know that you all recently came to Course Connects where we were talking about this. So definitely feel free to come on into the conversation. Would love to invite you into the conversation. Let me know if you want to come live and all those things, and we can definitely talk about it. But thank you all for coming in. Thank you all for hearting up the live and giving engagement on this video. Right. And so we're talking about how to start offering your courses to businesses in case you are not, you're not getting the traction with consumers. All right. And I want you to know that it is not you. You are not the problem. Your expertise is not the problem. Okay. It's not even a problem necessarily. It's just that you are offering your courses to consumers. Consumers can be a little fickle, and consumers kind of go with what's happening day to day, where businesses are looking at the long term. They're not only looking at today. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for liking the live. Thank you for sharing the live. I appreciate that. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. They're not only looking at the today, they're looking at the future, years down the road, years down the line. How are they going to solve these big, massive problems that they have that are costing them employees, that are costing them revenue, that are costing them productivity, all the things? And the challenge is that a lot of people like yourselves who have great expertise are not speaking the language of business. You're not speaking to their needs. And so because of that, you're not being seen by them. You're not being heard by them. And they're putting you in the category of consumer expert, right? And if they start putting you, thank you for sharing the live. I appreciate that. If they are putting you in the category of consumer expert, then they're not really even thinking that you can help them solve their big problem, when in actuality, you probably can. But you're focused on the modules. You're focused on the lessons. Thank you so much, Jennifer. I appreciate you. You're focused on outlining your course and how ChatGPT can help you to put pretty graphics in it. They're not really worried about that. What they're concerned about is whether or not you can help them to retain their top talent. Can you help them do that? Can you help them to build their infrastructure? Can you help them to cultivate better leaders? And how are you actually speaking to them, right? So it's not that you don't have what it takes and what they need. You absolutely have what they need, and they are looking for what you have. The problem is that you all are speaking two different languages, and they're listening for certain cues from you that you're not giving them, because you're still focused on the consumer. You're still focused on the everyday person. Okay, so let's first talk about these different layers of people, these different layers of conversation, because many of you are speaking the language of consumerism, and that does not get the attention of businesses. Okay, so let's talk about it. Consumers are on what I like to call level one. All right, level one is a very, very important level. All right, and most course creators, most experts in their field, most people, thank you so much for the hearts and thank you for sharing. I appreciate that. Most of you all are focused on the consumer. Why? Because there are just more of them. There are millions and gazillions of consumers out there ready with their wallets. But the challenge is that those wallets can be a little wobbly, right? They can be kind of fickle. If people don't have their basic needs met, they're not necessarily going to invest in things like educating themselves or being better leaders or those sorts of things. They're just not necessarily going to do it, right? So even though there are more consumers, hi Shirley, welcome love. Even though there are more consumers, that does not mean that that equates to more people willing to buy your program. Okay, that's the challenge. Okay, but that's the level one challenge. Consumers. All right, somebody put level one in the chat. All right, somebody put a level one for me in the chat. I want you all to understand the nature of who you are selling to. Does it mean don't sell to consumers? Absolutely not. Thank you for joining, Donald. It doesn't mean that you should not offer your course to consumers. Don't get me wrong. Okay. Thank you for putting level one in the chat. It doesn't mean that. It means that you have to understand as a business person how you are organizing your conversation around your course. Okay. So you've got level one, who are the consumers. Okay. Level two are businesses and nonprofits. That is level two. So if you have an expertise that you think will benefit a business or a nonprofit, then you want to be looking at level two. Okay. Level two is, hang on. There we go. Had to block somebody. Level two are businesses and nonprofits. So if you have a program that you think will benefit level two, then you definitely want to tune in to what I'm going to tell you, okay? Because level 2 does not speak the same language as level 1. Hey, Mara, nice to see you, Mastermind. Nice to see you, love. Didn't complete the Heart Me mission. Oh, my goodness. Okay, thank you for the Heart Me. Please give me a Heart Me. All right, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And thank you for sharing the live. I appreciate that. Oh, thank you. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. Thank you, Mara. Thank you so much. So we're talking about how to get your courses sold to businesses and nonprofits. The first thing you have to do is you have to speak on their level. Okay. So the next level is level 2. That is where businesses and nonprofits live. You have to get in their house. You have to get on their level. Somebody put level 2 in the chat. We are now on level 2. Level 2. If you want to sell your courses to businesses and nonprofits, you have to be on level 2. Thank you so much for putting level 2 in the chat, Mara. I appreciate you. All right. Level 1 equals consumers. Level 2 is businesses and nonprofits. Why are they level 2? They're level 2 because they will purchase your course, purchase your training program, and then give it to level 1. Thank you so much, Tamika, for putting level 2 in the chat. Okay, that's how it works. You got to understand how it works. You have to understand how they think. They are at level 2. They are at level 2. Think about it. When at your job, when they present training and courses to you, do they make you pay for it? No, they give it to you, but they purchased it. Okay, everybody got me? They purchased it. Who did they purchase it from? They purchased it from course creators. They purchased it from people or organizations or companies that have that expertise that they do not have internally. Somebody's going to pick up what I'm putting down. Somebody's going to get this today and they're going to say, "Oh my God, okay, I've been talking to the wrong people. I've been focused on the wrong level, right? Or I have not split my attention between the 2 levels. I've only been focused on 1 level." I want you to get in with both levels. Level 1, consumers. Level 2, businesses. Level 3, there is a level 3. Somebody was asking, I know you were asking, is there another level? There is yet another level, and that is level 3. That is the enterprise level, okay? Level 3 is the enterprise level, okay? Level 3 purchases for all of their chapters on level 2, for all of their corporate offices on level 2, for all of their businesses, all of their franchises, all of their organizations underneath them. That is level 3, the enterprise level. So if you can sell your course to an enterprise, okay, you are really, really, really busting through that revenue stream that you're wanting to get to, okay? Level 3 is enterprise level. Level 2 is businesses and nonprofits. They all have a budget so that they can service who? Level 1. Level 1. Where are my leadership strategists? Where are my leadership coaches? If you're a leadership coach, if you coach leaders, if you are, if you help managers, all of those type people, go ahead and say so in the comments section, okay? And I'm not forgetting about you, YT. I know YouTube is in the house. Thank you all so very much for joining. Those of you all who are new to me, I am Kat Dunn, affectionately known as Kat the Course Builder. And we have an agency where we help businesses to connect with people just like you who have real solutions to the issues and problems that they are having. We've been doing so for 11 years now. And so we know a thing or two about what we're talking about when it comes to selling courses to businesses. Okay. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. We've got level 1, consumers. We've got level 2, businesses and nonprofits. We have level 3, enterprise level, right? So that's the level that we're wanting to get to, because when they license your course, they're going to turn around and they are going to provide it and give it to level 2. And then level 2 is going to turn around and provide it and give it to level 1. Okay, thank you so much for following, Dorothy Shines. I appreciate you, love. You understand how this works. This is how you multiply your money, right, exponentially, when you are offering your courses and your programs to level 3, level 2, right? Instead of going directly to level 1. You see, most of you are going directly to level 1. You're going directly to the consumer. You are trying to sell it on TikTok. You are trying to sell it on Facebook, and you're not getting anywhere. And I'm going to tell you why. It's not because they don't need what you have. Thank you so much for the heart. Thank you all so much for the follows. It is not because they don't need what you have. They absolutely need what you have. So why, Kat, aren't they buying? They're not buying because they expect, wait for it, they expect to be given to them. They expect it to be given to them. Somebody's going to get it in just a minute. They expect it to be given to them. By whom? Glad you asked. By their level 2, their employer. Businesses, they expect to give it to them. Nonprofits, they expect to give it to them. Who are the businesses? The businesses that they work for. And the businesses that show up on their timeline. Who is that? That's you, boo. That's you. That is you. Why do they have that expectation? They have that expectation because that's what they're used to. That's what they've become conditioned to. They've become conditioned to getting information. Y'all not hearing me. Somebody needs to re-listen to this live, because what I'm sharing with you, I want you to understand. I want you to be clear about why what you're doing is not working. And I want you to get out of the doldrums about it. I want you to stop beating yourself up about it, because it's not your fault. It's not your fault that people wake up and don't even have to put their feet on the floor and ask ChatGPT or Google or Alexa or any of these other things, how much is the price of tea in China, and they can get it without even putting their feet on the floor. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. So they expect the information to be given to them. Employees expect their employers to provide professional development. Thank you for joining, Sandra. They expect their organizations to provide professional development. And yes, businesses should provide professional development for their employees. So they're not going to buy it. They aren't going to buy leadership courses. They expect it to be given to them. They're not going to buy how to be a better manager courses. Why? Because they expect it to be given to them. Consumers, they're going to buy really slowly because they expect that they can get it for free. I'm just a messenger. I'm just a messenger. I'm just someone who's been in this business for over 20 plus years. And I've had an agency for over 11 years now. My agency has worked with some of the most recognizable brands in the world, including Walmart, Uber Eats, the federal government, Ocean Spray, ADP, Assurant, you name it. Countless nonprofits, United Way, the ALS Association, you name it, countless schools. And I am telling you, that I don't want you feeling bad because what you're doing is not working. You've got a course over on Teachable. You've got a course over on Go High Level. Who am I talking to? You've got a course over on Thinkific or Padilla or one of these other places. You've got a course sitting somewhere that is collecting dust. I'm talking to somebody. I don't know who. And you're wondering, should you have even put in the time to do it? You're wondering if it was even worth your energy. You're wondering, is anyone going to see it as valuable? Inspiration Daily says, me, I understand. It's not you. It's who you're marketing to. It's who you're talking to. It's what language you're speaking. It's whether or not you're speaking the language of the entities that have the money to pay you. You're not speaking to them. So if you're not speaking to them, there's no way they're going to hear you. You're not even turned to them. So there's no way that they're going to see you. You're not addressing their problems. So there's no way you can get to the yes. There's a disconnect. There is a disconnect. And to compound the disconnect, your level twos, the businesses that need you, the nonprofits that need you, guess what? They are not going to advertise their challenges on LinkedIn. They're not going to tell you. They're not going to say, I've got a problem. Our businesses can't keep employees. They're not going to say that on LinkedIn. They're not going to say we have a productivity issue on LinkedIn. They're not going to say it. They're not going to broadcast it. No, you just gonna have to pick up the clues. But thankfully, we know how to read those tea leaves. But you have to be willing and able to speak to them. Inspiration Daily says, what can I do to position myself for them to hear me? Well, that's a great question. Great question. And the answer to that is, you have to start speaking their language. Speak to what their challenge is. Speak to what is bothering them. Speak to what keeps them up at night. Speak to what's going to get them chewed out by their stakeholders, by their board members, by their leadership. What is their real challenge? They don't wake up thinking we need a course. They don't. They don't go out on LinkedIn thinking we need a training program. We need a leadership program. No, that is not what they're thinking. So when you all are reaching out to these people on LinkedIn, if you're even reaching out to them, a lot of you all aren't even reaching out to them. You're not even over there where they are. You're still over on TT land. They're not there. They are not there. Maybe on their lunch break, but they're not there trying to solve big problems that their organizations are having. So we got to go to where they are. That's first of all. Let's get where they are. Let's get in their spaces. Let's get on level 2. Okay? So that's the first thing. So that you can be seen, you can be heard, and then you can get to the yes. That's the only way you're going to get their attention. Otherwise, they are going to put you in the bucket of consumers, a consumer offer. And consumers, we already know how they think. If it's information, I can get it for free. That's an eye opener. Yeah. I mean, that's the reality. That is the reality. So you can no longer just sell a course. You have to sell solutions. Okay? I'm going to put that on a t-shirt one day. You cannot just sell a course. You have to sell solutions. Businesses are looking for solutions to say yes to. Believe me when I tell you, they always have challenges that they're looking for a solution for. and they're looking for you. You have the solution. So that means that when you have a conversation with them, you are speaking to the challenge that they're having and not focused on your modules, not focused on your lessons, not focused on how your course is outlined all pretty and how ChatGPT gave you a perfectly outlined course. They don't care. What they care about is, can you solve my problem? Can you solve my problem of low productivity? Can you solve the problem that my folks don't know AI? Can you solve the problem of I'm not able to retain employees and I need to help to understand why my people are leaving, why they're quitting, why they're not happy, and what we can do about it to help, so that our employees can be more happy at work, can be more fulfilled, more satisfied. Maybe we need better management. I don't know. How do we do that? How do we identify what those challenges are? How do we create an environment that they feel more welcome in? How do we do that? Do you have the solution? We have people who are servicing people who have dealt with trauma. Are you able to help those folks to be more empathetic? Do you have a solution for them? If you have a solution for them, great. Let's talk the language of business, but I don't know what they are looking for. That's where it comes from. It's not that you don't know, it's that you don't know what to look for. It's not that they're not giving clues. It's not that they're not telling you. It's that you don't know what to look for. That's all. All right. And if you want my guide, I go through that, what to look for to give you the clues as to what a business is telling you without telling you, because they're not going to tell you on LinkedIn. They do tell you, they give you clues. It's just that most people don't know what to look for to understand what their challenges really are. All right. If you want that guide, you can definitely reach out to me. We will never reach out to you, all right, offering you to sell you anything. Okay. But if you want it, go ahead and you can send a direct message and we'll get it to you. What to look for. How do you know what to look for from companies that are having challenges? They will give you clues. I promise you. You would love that? Okay, very good. Make sure that you message me and we'll get that over to you. So let's review what we talked about today. Companies don't buy courses. They buy what? Solutions. That's what you need to know. They don't buy courses. They buy solutions. Nice to see you, CJ. What else did we learn today? We learned that there are 3 levels to selling courses. You can sell on level 1, which is consumers, level 2, businesses and nonprofits, and level 3, which is at the enterprise level. Businesses that offer their courses to other businesses and nonprofits. They then turn around and give it to the consumer. Okay? And we also learned that it's not your fault. There is a solution. As long as you start getting on level 2 and speaking their language, then you will be able to offer your courses to businesses and nonprofits. They are waiting for your solution. They need your solution. They do. But they can't find you. They cannot find you because you are nowhere to be found. You're over on TikTok. They can't find you if you're over on TikTok. They can't. You have to be where they are allowed to be. Businesses and nonprofits, they are not going to be where their organizations do not condone them to be. I'm just telling you now. Where do the businesses hang out? LinkedIn. You can't be afraid of LinkedIn because that's where they are. And when you're in their neighborhood, which is LinkedIn, you can't just sound like a bunch of noise like everybody else. Okay? Hey, Janine. Hey, honey. Okay? You have to speak their language. And believe me when I tell you, if you have a course that is fit for consumers, I know. How are you, honey? My daughter and I are coming to London. We're coming to London. Good. You guys, Janine and I go back a long time. We go back to the Periscope days. All right. And Janine helps. Yes. I will. I'll reach out to you and let you know when we're coming. Janine helps you to learn how to go live. Okay. How to go live and have the confidence to go live. Listen, whether you are selling your courses on level 1 to consumers, you definitely need, there she is right there, you guys. Make sure you're following Janine. Okay. Oh, thank you for my heart, me. Thank you, baby. Right. Make sure you're following Janine, because if you are looking to sell your courses, especially to consumers, then you need to be able to go live on platforms like TikTok right here. Okay. And if you don't know how to do that, Janine is going to get you all the way together. Okay. She's going to get you all the way together. All right. And if you're wanting to offer your programs, your courses to businesses or nonprofits, you're welcome, baby. Okay. To businesses or nonprofits, then make sure that you are following me across all social media channels, because for the rest of the year, we are squarely focused on getting your yes. Getting to the yes. That's what we're aiming for. Getting to the yes. Getting your course inside of businesses. Getting your course accepted inside of nonprofits, right? So that you can have greater impact. Isn't that why you're doing what you're doing in the first place? That's why you're doing it. That's why you're doing it. All right. You guys, I am Kat Dunn, also affectionately known as Kat the Course Builder, across social media. And we help experts just like you to get to the yes, to offer your courses to businesses, schools, and nonprofits in a way, and to organizations that can actually afford to pay you. Okay. So if that sounds interesting to you, make sure that you are following. All right. Because that's what we're doing through the rest of the year. These organizations, these companies have budgets. They already have the money. So let's get some. Okay. All right, you guys, have an amazing, amazing rest of your day. And until next time, y'all stay on course. See you soon. Bye, you guys. Thank you.